Hi, my name is Jessica and I'm here to talk about wildlife rehabilitation. The mission of a wildlife rehabilitator is to rescue and rehabilitate injured or orphaned wildlife and return them back to their natural habitat. I've been rehabilitating wildlife for 13 years and I specialize in gray squirrels. The gray squirrel habitat varies from your backyard to the woodlands, so they're the most recognized and most commonly orphaned wildlife in North America. A female starts to breed at about a year old. She has 2 litters a year, once in the spring and once in the summer, and each litter has 3 to 5 pups, and they are born completely bald, completely blind, and totally dependent on their mother for the first 9 weeks of life. They can be orphaned in many different ways. Their mother can be killed by a predator or a car, their nest can be destroyed by a tree fall, or they can even fall from their nest during a storm. When a rehabilitator gets a litter of squirrels, the first thing they have to think of is WHAM, W-H-A-M, for warmth, hydration, accommodation, and maintain. For warmth, baby squirrels cannot maintain their body heat, so a warm rice bag or a heating pad set on low is great to maintain the body temperature. For hydration, baby squirrels eat puppy formula. You can buy puppy formula at your local pet store, such as Espalac, or you can make your own formula with whole milk, heavy cream, and a little bit of vitamin E. Accommodations. Baby squirrels eat 1 to 2 cc's of formula per week of life every 3 to 5 hours. They also cannot go to the bathroom on their own, so they need to be stimulated to do so. You can do that with a wet, warm cotton ball. Now maintain. At 5 weeks, baby squirrels' eyes open, so they'll need to be transferred to a larger, more secure cage. At 8 weeks, their teeth are starting to grow. Rodents' teeth grow continuously throughout their life, so they'll need to be provided with branches and twigs so they can chew on them and teeth. At 8 weeks, they're also ready to start their solid foods. Walnuts are a great soft nut to start with. They also enjoy sweet potatoes, apples, greens, and a great thing to do is go outside and get some weeds and grasses. Those are some natural foods that squirrels eat outside. At 12 weeks of age, their tails should be fully bushy. At this time, they're ready to start to go outside. You take their cage outside and acclimate them to the weather and the sights and the sounds of outside. Every day they go out for a few hours, and every day you increase that time until eventually they're outside full time. After they're outside full time, you'd cut a hole in the bottom of the cage so that the babies can go in and out. You feed them both on the inside and the outside of the cage so they can explore their new environment. After a little bit, you close off the hole to the cage and continue to feed them outside. They'll go out and they'll explore and become wild squirrels. And the food you continue to feed them throughout the winter will help maintain their diet. Now, you got it. WHAM. W-H-A-M. You've kept them warm. You've hydrated them. You've accommodated them, and you've maintained them. Not all squirrels can be released into the wild. Some squirrels come to rehabilitators injured, and those squirrels can't be released. So what would happen is either the rehabilitator will keep them, or they'll be sent to a wildlife sanctuary. Some squirrels can become imprinted, and this is where they lose their fear of humans. Now, this can be a very dangerous thing to release a squirrel who is imprinted, because they're not afraid to walk right up to a human. When a wild animal walks up to a human, it scares the people. They think that something's wrong with the animal, that it's sick, maybe that it has rabies. Now, wild squirrel, or any squirrel, can't get rabies. They're not susceptible to rabies. But usually an imprinted squirrel in the wild is a dead squirrel. I have my own imprinted squirrel. Her name is Priscilla. She's 3 years old, and I got her when she was about 5 weeks old. She was always very friendly and continued to get friendlier and friendlier to the point where that I knew that she could not be released. So she is a permanent resident. Now, squirrels in captivity can live up to 20 years versus in wild they live to 6 to 7. So it's a huge commitment. Priscilla is wonderful with me. She gives me hugs and kisses. We love, we cuddle. But squirrels are one-people animals. She is not good at all with my husband or my daughter. She will run up to my husband and bite him for no reason at all. She is good with the dogs. She loves to cuddle and love the dogs. But she intimidates them. They're pretty scared of her. Even my big 100-pound dog is pretty nervous about the squirrel. So when raising wildlife, it's very rewarding. but it's a huge time consumption, and it takes a lot of hard work, a lot of effort and dedication. Wildlife rehabilitators need a love and a passion for animals, and the success of a release and releasing them into the wild is worth all the hard work and dedication. Thank you.